And one of the guest speakers was a man named Dr. James Maloney. And he starts saying about all these miracles that he's seen. God healing hearts with pacemakers disappearing, metal dissolving out of people's bodies.
Did you believe that?
When he's saying it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Creative and recreative miracles. And I'm like, this is what I've dreamed about my entire life. I told Janet, I said, this is it. This is what I've longed for my whole life. And he's talking about his panoramic operation, how he sees things in the spirit, and God gives him pictures. So he calls this little girl up. Now, I don't know the exact ages, I'm guesstimating here. She was maybe 11, 12, 13 years old, but she was the size of a 5 or 6-year-old. She had a very severe condition that caused her growth to be stunted. So he calls her up, goes into this very specific details. God gives him a panoramic vision of this little girl's problem, and he names it exactly. And that's enough to blow me away right there. I said, honey, I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing to me. Because she was shorter than she should have been, and he says, and God's healed you. Then he said, God told me he's going to restore your stature as well. So I'm thinking, okay, great. When this girl's 20 years old, she'll be the size of a 20-year-old. That's what I'm thinking. Then he says, God just told me he's going to restore your stature right now.
Right now.
Now, it's game on when you say something like that. I mean, you're either a man of faith or you're a complete fool at that point. I said, I've got to see this. And Dr. James says, everyone just focus on the Lord. One thing I've learned is that you focus on Him. You don't focus on the problem. You focus on the Lord first and foremost. Because everyone worship the Lord. And as we're worshiping, this little girl is probably below his belt buckle. Right before our eyes, she begins to just stretch out above his belt buckle, up to the first button on his shirt, second button on his shirt. And it was almost like at once you could hear the air go out of the room. Almost everyone,
You're all eyes. Tell me what you saw.
Greatest miracle I've ever witnessed, seeing a girl stretch several inches right in front of me. It's life-changing. And her pants were way up in the air afterwards. She'd grown so much. And I said in that moment, I said, Lord, this is the greatest moment, one of the greatest moments of my life. I said, I will give my life for this, to see a manifestation of your goodness this way. I witnessed the goodness of God like I'd never experienced before when I saw the look on that girl's face and I saw her grow, knowing that her life was never going to be the same. In that same moment, I believe, this is when a stronghold of unbelief was broken off of my soul by the witnessing of that miracle. Well, we went back to the hotel that night, and I'm just overjoyed. I can't help but tell everybody about it. You're not going to believe this. We just saw a little girl grow, and I'm telling people,
you couldn't keep quiet.
I couldn't keep quiet. This man is walking through the lobby, and I say, hey, you're not going to believe this. This little girl, she was like this, and then she grew. And he's very skeptical. He says, oh yeah, well, what's your God going to do about this? And he stretches his arm out, and it's all like white and clammy, and he's got no color. This had happened 4 hours ago. Before the meeting, I would have freaked out at seeing that arm. I would have been like, oh no, God, what am I going to do? But now I look at it and I say, that's nothing. That's easy for God to heal. Like everything had shifted. As we begin to pray for this man, a little dot, like the size of a quarter, red dot appears where amidst the whiteness, and it slowly begins to go down his arm, and he begins to get the feeling back that he's never had. He's a 26-year-old male, has never felt anything in that arm his entire life, and he's getting the miracle, amazing miracle. He can like feel here, not feel here, but then he can feel here, not feel here. It slowly just goes down. He eventually gets the entire feeling back in his entire arm and hand. He's had an amazing encounter with God, and he gives his life to Jesus.